The annual nationwide search to find the best collegiate basketball team in the land resumes today as we are back inside the Technological Institute of the Philippines Gym in Manila for day number 2 of the Metro Manila eliminations in the 2015 National Collegiate Championship. In our first game today, nagtagumpay ang National University Bulldogs kontra sa Pats Seahorses 99-51 in Group B action. So now we focus our attention on the other group, Group A, as the TIP Engineers look to defend home court once again as they take on the second placers of the NAASCU tournament, the St. Clair College of Caloocan Saints. Mabuhay Pilipinas at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok ngayon sa ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Anton Rojas, and beside me is the former UST King Tiger, Christian Luanzon. Mamaya, makakasama din natin ang ating mga courtside reporters, Janine Choi, reporting for the TIP Engineers, and Siege Tantenko, reporting for the St. Clair Saints. Christian, it's good to be reunited with you and breaking the games down once again here in the NCC.
It's good to be back on where it all started,
Yes.
before the UAAP. Bago matapos yung taon, ngayon, Champions League naman. What a way to end the year.
Well, Christian, just to give everybody an overview of what happens here in the Metro Manila eliminations, let's take a look at both groups, Groups A and Groups B, and what they need to do to be able to advance to the next phase of the tournament.
Well, as you see, Group A, MIT, SCC, TIP. MIT is 0-1 already with that loss yesterday to the home team, TIP. SCC, it's only their first game, but what's interesting, Anton, it's an elimination game for them.
Yes.
Dahil tatlong team lang yung per group natin, since TIP is 1-0 already. If SCC loses today, TIP automatically advances to that Luzon qualifier. For the other group, NU eliminating itong Pats. What an interesting matchup on Saturday. Again, against the Bombers. Na alam naman natin, it's a dangerous team also.
So ang mangyayari dahil sa mga naganap in day number 1 and the win of NU earlier today against Pats, magtatapat ang JRU at NU sa darating na Sabado for the right to advance to the next phase of the tournament. Pero dito sa Group A, nabanggit mo nga, it's an elimination game right away for the St. Clair College of Caloocan Saints.
And that's the beauty of this league, no? Talagang matira ang matibay. At ngayon pa lang, you can expect kung ano yung init dito sa gym, yan din ang magiging init na labanan. Dahil alam naman na, these are two teams that are really very much familiar with each other. Although they play in different leagues, Coach Gino has another team in the NCC that he's handling, which is the MIQU, which is hinahandle niya rin. And this very familiar siya sa style ni Coach Patit. Let's see kung makikita natin yung adjustment niya against the home team who has a very good crowd today.
And they have a very good opportunity to advance to the next phase of the tournament kung sakaling mananalo sila kontra sa kupunan ni Coach Gino Manansala. Now, Coach Gino was your teammate in UST for 4 years. You know him very well. You know his coaching style. Let's talk a little bit about his team, the St. Clair College of Caloocan Saints.
Coach Gino, arguably one of the top 3 hardest workers na kilalang naging teammate ko. Always the first guy in the gym, nanguuna lagi sa sprinting and all of those things. And he translated that when he went into his coaching career. As you see, it's his 5th year right now with St. Clair, and he has just done a marvelous job with this team, regardless whether he has a strong lineup or not. Talagang he just maximizes yung talent na meron siya sa team niya.
And speaking of talent, we have to look out for guys like Bong Managelod. He's the team captain of this team. Steve Fonge, who's a Cameroonian, he is the starting center of Coach Gino Manansala. Pero ang player na sinabi niya sa atin before this game na dapat natin bigyan ng pansin ay si Aris Dionisio.
Si Aris Dionisio, isa sa mga, along with Fonge na mention mga, isa sa mga top rebounders niya. Well, si Coach Gino, for those who don't know yung style nitong SEC, dahil limited yung TV exposure nila, this is a team who likes to run and gun. And to run, you have to get those rebounds. And he has that luxury with guys like Dionisio and Fonge, which is his top rebounders. Let's see if he can do that against a very tall TIP team also.
And against a raucous crowd here inside the TIP gym, the Engineers will try to defend home court once again. Yesterday, they did that successfully against the Mapua Cardinals. Nagtagumpay sila kontra sa Cardinals ng NCAA 70-64. Guys like the Chris Chu of the NCBL, Jemwell Namokatkat, stepped up. But the guy who really shined the brightest in the fourth quarter was Jory Napoles ang kanilang starting power forward.
Completely dominated the fourth quarter when it mattered the most. Itong si Napoles, I believe he had 8 of the 22 points ng TIP. Kaya diesel-powered ang nakikita nyo. Dahil yung points niya from the start, for 3 quarters, 10 points lang. Nung fourth quarter, 8 points pumutok na when it mattered the most. No? And Coach Botit is gonna need that from Napoles. Kailangan niya to because this team is a very balanced team. 44 starter points, 26 off the bench. And this is a team na kailangan kung sino yung puputok, yun yung pupuntahan nila.
And this is a team that is just 1 win away from advancing to the next phase of the NCC, which is the Luzon Metro Manila qualifying games. You're looking at Coach Potit de Vera, a coach who has been in the business since 1998, his 4th year as the head coach of the TIP Engineers. They will look to defend home court once again as he is matched up against that young man, Coach Ginino Manansala, the head coach of the St. Clair Saints. The action will begin when we return right here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Ito po ang 2015 National Collegiate Championship. There can only be one.
TIP. Welcome to your gym as we bring you the 4th and final offering in your National Collegiate Championship for 2015, the Metro Manila Eliminations. Let us meet the starters. First for the squad guying an outright final 16 berth with a win today. Here are your TIP Engineers. Power forward number 16, Raymond Alvarado. Forward number 18, Joshua Alcover. At center number 4, Ikechuku Apuru. Off guard number 7, Terrence Tumalip. And the point guard number 5, Jemuel Namokatka. Head coach of the Engineers is Potit de Vera. And now starting for the St. Clair Saints. Forward number 3, Dave Texon. Power forward number 21, Aris Dionisio. At center number 8, Steve Ponge. Point guard number 4, Urban Mendoza. And the off guard number 5, Nicolo Galvelo. Head coach of the Saints is Ginino Manansala. The officials for this ball game,
We welcome you once again to our live and exclusive ABS-CBN sports coverage of day number 2 of the Metro Manila Eliminations here in the 2015 National Collegiate Championship. Starting lineups for both teams. We mentioned the players to watch out for. The big 3 from the St. Clair Saints, Jonicio Managelod, and of course Fonge. At para naman sa panig ng TIP, we have to take a look at Jemuel Namokatkat, the team captain who scored 16 points in yesterday's game, and of course, the high point man for the Engineers, Jory Napoles.
And Anton, it's interesting, no? Napoles not even starting in this game. Top player, top performer yesterday. And for the Saints naman, etong si Managulod, hindi rin nagsa-start. So, nakita mo yung balance sa pinapakita ng dalawang coaches, not only sa kanilang starters, but also guys coming off the bench.
15 seconds on the
TIP is wearing the light yellow jersey, samantalang ang St. Clair naman naka-asul. Mendoza attacking early and is able to convert Irvin Mendoza, who is one of the veterans, along with Bong Managelod on this St. Clair squad. St. Clair, a very young team. And we will learn more about them as we move along here in this coverage. And speaking of the Saints, let's get this report right now from Siege Tantanko. Siege?
Yes, Anton, nabanggit mo nga kanina that the Saints are a very young team. 13 of their 15 players are rookies and their average age is only 20 years old. Gayun pa man, buo ang kumpiyansa ni Coach Gino sa kanyang koponan, lalo na't nakalaban sila sa iba't ibang liga. And his deep rotation has given everyone experience, everyone exposure, and most of all, that confidence that they need in today's game. So the Saints today want to capitalize on the TIP Engineers' lack of a pure point guard, put the pressure on their opponents with gang rebounding, and unleash early offense. As it says on their whiteboard sa dugout, offense, all yours. Back to you, Anton.
Maraming salamat, Siege. Napansin nga ni Coach Gino Manansala when he was scouting TIP yesterday that their lead point guard, Kinley Medina, did not play. He's out with an MCL injury, so they'll try to take advantage of that.
Well, itong si Kim Medina, alam naman natin, is a part of the mythical team ng NCBL, and his services were definitely missed. So you can expect Coach Gino to put pressure on the basketball. Right now, they're starting out with the 2-3 zone, but you can expect later probably to pick it up full court.
Still, Engineers can't get on the board. 2-0 is our tally. Kanina nagtagumpay ang National University 99-51 against the Pat Seahorses. So the Seahorses are officially eliminated from the NCC. At sabi mo nga, Christian, matira-matibay dito sa tournament na ito.
And it just means that you have to bring your A game every time you step on the court. And for SCC, for me, the key to today's game is to take out the crowd, which they have right now, a very good crowd.
Just like yesterday, talagang nakatulong at nakapagbigay ng inspirational boost ng VIP and the Christie of the NCBL, Jemwell Namokatkat, draining his first triple.
Tignan mo naman yun, Anton. First 3 points pa lang, iba na yung sigaw ng tao rito.
Siya talaga ang main man dito sa TIP at nabuhay ang schoolmate sa mga Engineers na Mokatkat picks up the basketball. He gives it up to Alcover. Alcover, dire-diretso. Fongge napulot ang rebound. Mendoza recovers the basketball. Naghahanap ng kakampi. Binigay kay Texon. Texon umatake off the glass. Kapos. Tapi ka ng bola. Kanino mapupunta? It's TIP basketball. Na Mokatkat with a hesitation move is able to draw foul.
Looking to be aggressive early itong si Namokatkat.
Now let's go to the TIP side with Janine Choi. Janine?
Anton and Christian, Coach Petit Dever actually admits that they got lucky in their game yesterday against Mapua. It was actually a game of firsts for the TIP Engineers. It was a first for them to play in a gym that was jam-packed. It was a first for them to play that the game was televised. Kaya naman aminado rin ang mga manlalaro na talagang na-distract sila. Even Coach Petit said that it was a very big distraction. The players were trying to look good instead of playing well. But despite that, Coach Petit still commended his players because they did a good job adjusting to his calls. They were not afraid to make mistakes and they were not afraid to lose. In fact, before this game started, the boys were told yesterday was finished, today is a new game. Anton and Christian?
Thank you very much, Janine. Coach Petit really trying to rev up his players dahil nga kung mananalo ang TIP dito sa bakbakan na to, they will advance to the next phase of the tournament.
Well, lalo na ngayon. Etong St. Clair, nabanggit nga natin, is facing elimination. If there's one thing na mabibigat na kalaban nila, itong St. Clair, and they have a chance today, especially with this home court advantage with the crowd in their place. They have to stay sharp. And yung sinasabi nga ni-report nga ni Janine, dapat ibaliwala nila yun, but to use that to their advantage.
It's kind of weird to hear that in your very first game in a brand new tournament, you're already facing elimination.
Oo nga eh. But that's the NCC for you, no? And you're only, sabi nga, coaches like to say every time to the players in their pep talk or in their pre-game, you're only as good as your last game. And this is the perfect example itong game na to.
Kailangan talaga you play every game as if it's your last dito sa NCC. I know it sounds cliche, but that's the way it is. And the captain, Bong Managelod, has checked into the ball game, part of the mythical 5 of the NAASCU tournament.
Well, itong si Coach Gino, naramdaman niya sa team niya in the last 3 or 4 possessions. Walang pinupuntahan yung opensa. Pinasok niya itong top gunner niya, itong si Managelod, who aggressively drives to the basket and gives a nice pass, but was denied by the TIP defense.
Aris Jonicio running into a brick wall. Lara faking, driving, traveling.
And as our colleague Tito Miko Halili likes to say, he was dancing with the wrong song during that time. And if you're TIP, you want to be choosy in terms of knowing when to attack and knowing when to slow the game down. I feel that itong team na to has a better chance if they execute more during the half-court offense. Ayaw kasi ng St. Clair yan.
Ike Akpuro, errant pass. Napulot ng Saints. Managelod bobbled the basketball. Behind the back dribble, he's matched up against Jemwell Namokatkat and called for a dribbling violation. 6-4 ang ating talaan. Lamang ang Engineers kontra sa Saints. Magbabalik po ang 2015 National Collegiate Championship. Nagbabalik po ang aming live and exclusive ABS-CBN sports coverage ng 2015 National Collegiate Championship. And if you're on the road or not at home, no problem. You can check out the games via live streaming. Just go to sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/NCC. This is a tournament that is very short but intense. Basketball will be played every day up to Thursday, except tomorrow. Bukas magaganap ang press conference, but games will resume in Tanawan, Batangas on Saturday at tuloy-tuloy po yan hanggang Huwebes sa susunod na linggo. Welcome you once again to our live and exclusive coverage. Anton Rojas reunited with the player, Christian Luanzon. Namukatkat accelerates, gives it up to Lara. Drop pass. Oh! Fonge giving Napoles some trouble at the rim.
You just gotta love the effort by itong si Fonge. Just came all the way up to the other side of the court. Akala natin layup na, no? But at the last minute, greatly timed yung block na yun.
Fonge is a new addition to the lineup of St. Clair because normally they have Jeffakins Aguara who played in the finals of the NAASCU tournament. Ngayon naman si Fonge ang tumatayo bilang main center ni Coach Gino Manansala. Jemwell Namukatkat, one of the graduating players dito sa panig ng TIP. Always emotional when you're playing your final game for your alma mater, right, Christian?
Always, always. Kasi talagang huling taong mo na yan, ibibigay mo na yung lahat. And especially ngayon with TIP playing in their home floor, they deserve nothing but your very best. Talking about yung performance ni Namukatkat and as a whole, team TIP.
I think Namukatkat has represented TIP well throughout the years, especially here. Off to a good start, 16 points in his debut dito sa NCC. And here he is, Namukatkat launching a triple, not that time. It is Saints basketball. Mendoza gives it to Aris Jonicio. Jonicio called for an offensive foul. Aris Jonicio still unable to get himself going. He was the guy Coach Gino was telling us to look out for sapagkat malaki daw ang in-improve nitong 20-year-old na to.
Which is the average age nitong team na to, itong SCC, who I believe have 30 new guys in their team. And you know, as reported kanina ni Teach, no, that's one thing that they're really looking forward to aside winning basketball games is getting the experience dito sa liga natin.
3 in the key for the TIP Engineers. Balik ang bola sa SCC with 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Substitution here, Michael De Leon, another new addition. Now, Coach Gino was telling us that there are some players na inangat niya from the juniors team of St. Clair. Now, when we say juniors team sa NAASCU, we're not talking about high school players. We're talking about players who haven't reached the age of 20.
Ganun kasi ang ruling nila sa liga nila. When you sinabing juniors, as you mentioned, they base it on age but not the level that they're in. And that's one advantage sa liga nila. At least it gives you time. What's the advantage of that? Now, usually when you're fresh out of high school, you try to get a feel of the team. Lalo na pag medyo mama na yung mga kasama mo sa team. But with that advantage or with that rule, it gives you more time para kumbaga mahinog ka. And eventually, it gives you the proper timing once a coach like Coach Gino puts you in the team.
And 5 of those players have been elevated by Coach Gino dito sa NCC. Ibanez, meanwhile, slices through the defense and scores via that floating one-handed shot.
And that's what you have to do more against the zone. The last
and
3
Ibanez
possessions.
with a steal again, goes all the way.
And he misses a gimme right there on Don, all by himself. What I was saying, against the zone, you cannot settle for outside shots. You have to keep attacking the basket and attacking that gaps.
Namukatkat weaving his way through traffic. Lara for 3. Offline. Napoles battling for the rebound. Fakes, kicks it out. Balik kay Ibanez, pinasa kay Namukatkat. Napoles, that's his shot.
That's just a smart pass and a smart cut by Namukatkat, reading the defense, being the recipient of that, attracting the defense and making that extra pass for an easy jumper.
That's the 1-2 punch of the TIP engineers, Napoles and Namukatkat.
7 seconds to shoot.
If you're Mapua, you're watching this game and you're hoping that St. Clair will come up with a victory, because if TIP wins, eliminated na rin ang Mapua Cardinals. Jorge Napoles draining that jumper. He's looking to help his team defend home court once again right here inside the TIP gym. Now, one of the things I really love about the NCC is traveling to different gyms that we don't normally go to, and experience the atmosphere. These are the students from the Technological Institute of the Philippines really taking time out from their classes sa kanilang break para mapanood itong basketball dito sa kanilang gym.
Well, let's just hope na all of the audience here talagang break nila, no? Dahil alam naman natin ito, nung estudyante tayo, lalo na pag maganda yung game, gagawin natin lahat para manood.
And this is a familiar activity na ginagawa ng mga estudyante ng TIP. They count down the shot clock. Maski hindi pa patapos yung bilang ng shot clock ng kanilang mga kalaban. Another timeout is called. TIP on top against St. Clair 11-6. I saw a fan sign for number 14, Ken Lara ng TIP. So, are you getting some flashbacks of your days as the main jock in UST, Christian? Meron ka rin ba mga fan signs? Obviously, yeah.
Let's go back to the game.
Well, TIP on top right now against SCC 11-6. And SCC applying a much more intense defensive pressure now, going full court man-to-man.
Being down by 5 with 2 minutes to go, they want to change the tempo of this game. So far, it's in favor of the engineers. And one of the reasons behind that, Anton, is because they're controlling the boards 12-6.
And Odoa is able to get a block to the delight of the TIP faithful. He seems to be a crowd favorite, Christopher Okoronkwo, who likes to be called Odoa. He's from Nigeria and he has hit the deck. Binawian agad. Panorin natin muli. De Leon, umatake. Not in my house, sabi ni Christopher Okoronkwo. Pero ito naman ang pambawi. Ang pambawi ng Saints. Bong Managelod using his wide body to drop Odoa. This is actually the second time that the TIP students chanted MVP for Odoa. Yesterday, they also chanted MVP for him.
Well, every time you make MVP type of plays, tulad ng ginawa niya on both ends on the floor. From that block, I was about to say, coming from that block shot, sprinting down and sealing the man, those are MVP type plays, no? Aside from scoring the basketball. And he gets obviously the crowd very appreciative of the effort that he showed.
And he's the tallest man on the floor, 6'10". And let's see if he can make his presence felt even more dito sa bakbakan na to. Approaching the final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Managelod, pinasa sa loob. Puspos is able to score.
You just gotta love the playmaking abilities itong si Managelod. As soon as he came in, really aggressive, driving to the basket and setting up his teammates.
Napoles with a long two. In and out. Saints with the rebound. De Leon hands it off to Texon. Texon defended by Ibanez. Texon binigay kay Managelod. Managelod umikot. Fumade away. In and out. Lara with the rebound.
Tough shot right there with a hand in your face. Gotta get a better look itong si Managelod.
Substitutions here. Leo Benavides pumasok para kay Ken Lara. Sa kabilang panig naman, Ramil Tero checks into the ball game. Odoa, the receiver of that Inbounds pass. Ibanez with a crossover. Ibanez spins, kicks it out. Tumalip for 3. Nothing there. Tapi ka ng bola. Mapupulot ni Tumalip. And a foul was called as he went up for that shot.
You know, one concern for Coach Gino and his boys right now, and we mentioned this a couple plays earlier, is rebounding the basketball. And right now, TIP really taking advantage of their size inside, not only defensively, but offensively as well, crashing those boards.
Terrence Tumalip at the free throw line right now. Not really a good shooting day yesterday. 2 for 9 from the field, 7 points in 27 minutes of play. But he's one of the main gunners of Coach Potit de Vera. Oh, what a move right there by Texon, hitting the deck hard. Walang foul na tinawag. Ibanez, ninabas ang bola. Gets it back from Benavides. Tumalip to Napoles. Napoles offline on that long-range shot. Santos kicks it out. Tero. Wala pa rin. Back and forth action ang ating napapanood ngayon. Ibanez umikot. Tumira. Putback is good for Joy Napoles.
And that's what dribble penetration can do for you. Ibanez attracting itong defense nitong si Napoles. Even though it was a missed shot, it gave an opportunity for Napoles for a clean offensive rebound.
Panoorin natin muli itong napakagandang galaw ni Nino Ibanez. Bagamat hindi pumasok ang kanyang tira, naipasok naman ni Jory Napoles ang kanyang putback.
Isa pang kagandahan ng play na yun, Anton, yung ginawa ni Ibanez of pushing that basketball after this offensive play, which we have 18 seconds on the shot clock for SCC. They will have another chance on the offensive end, which gave them 2 possessions in the last 40 seconds.
27 seconds to go to be exact dito sa first quarter ng ating bakbakan. This is day number 2 of the Metro Manila eliminations. And a foul called on Raymond Alvarado. It's the first personal foul on Raymond Alvarado. Puspos hands it off to Tero, who gives it to the captain of the Saints, Bong Managalod. This is a good matchup right here. Managalod able to draw a foul on Jemuel Namokatkat. Captain versus captain on that sequence. And Managalod able to outsmart Jemuel Namokatkat.
Experience versus experience ang nakita natin ron. And if you're Namokatkat with the shot clock winding down, you have to stay on your feet, stay disciplined on your feet, and challenge at the last second.
Bong Managalod, or Bongbong Managalod, hails from Valenzuela City, started playing basketball at age 15. But before playing basketball, believe it or not, ang kanyang sport was lawn tennis.
Really?
Lawn tennis daw.
Something that you don't hear every day. But, you know, nonetheless, ends up playing the game we love, basketball.
And his best player, his favorite player in the UAP is Mac Bello.
Idol ko rin yun. Idol ko rin yun.